Okay, so if you want to get started with the Oracle Bots Node.js SDK, it's now available on GitHub. So you go to github.com/oracle/bots-node-sdk, and then you see the instructions in there. So the installation instructions, how to use the command line interface, how you do custom component development, what kind of message types, API integrations, custom logic you have to do it in there. Any kind of custom messaging channels are also available with the webhook documentation, and of course the full set of docs that we have prepared for this. Today, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a very simple example on how to get started and how to get started using the CLI. So let's hop on my terminal here real quick, and then we'll just fire our first command, which is going to be npx at oracle/bots-node-sdk. Let's go with the help option first, the help parameter first, so you can see what kind of options you have in there. So everything has been installed, configured for me. So I do have three things, three subcommands. So the first one is init, which initializes a new custom component package. And then you have service, which starts a service with the custom component package. And you also have pack, which creates a deployable custom component artifact we are going to use when we finish this first section of this demonstration here. So the next thing that we're going to do, we're going to use the init command, or the init subcommand, to initialize our new custom component package. So for that, we're going to say npx oracle/bots-node-sdk. We're going to pass init, and then we're going to call this custom component greeting. So we're going to run that command, and this command is going to install all the dependencies. It's going to set up my project, create the initial files, create everything that's needed for this particular thing, and all the directory structure and everything we're going to need. We're going to open this up into our IDE, and we'll take a look on those files, and then I will come back to the terminal to run a local instance of the custom component that we just created. So let's just finish here, and we're done. So now if we navigate to our custom component, and I will open that up on my IDE so you can see all of those files and what got generated. Here we go. Our full project is here. So the main file is obviously the main.js, which lists all the components that we have available on this project here, and then the main one, or the only one that we have, is going to be called hello.world.js, and this JavaScript file here has two things. So it has the metadata, as you can expect from a custom component. It has all the metadata that is available for the skill or the bot to consume. And then this custom component has one required property, which is called human, and that's a string property. When you make a call into this component, you have to make a call and pass this property in. Now that's at the design time. At the runtime, so what happens is we're gonna greet, just saying greetings human, and that's gonna be the value of the variable that you specify. And also we send another message, the custom component sends another message saying today is the date, and then the day of the week. So that's basically what this component does. To test it out, so you can test it locally. So I can just go back to my command line here, and I'm gonna say npm start. So that's going to start a local server on my machine. By default, it runs on port 3000, and we'll test that out real quick. Brilliant. So we're gonna go. You can use anything you want. You can use cur commands. You can use postman. We're gonna use postman to test this. So I have a couple things that I prepared previously where you're going to be able to see it. So localhost on port 3000 / components. So this is basically just retrieving the metadata from the custom component. So basically this is describing what the component does and what kind of properties you have to send it in. Now if you want to test it also on your local machine, if you want to test it at the runtime, you have that choice too, because we provide you with the SDK, so we provide you not only the get the metadata, but also post some sample information in there. So in the payload here, you can see that my human variable has the value of bot developer. So if I make a call, if I post that information into my custom component, you see the response being generated, and also you see here down here on my screen that we log that information on your local container. So basically, what we ended up happening here is that we have the text, greetings bot developer. As you could see in the code, it was greetings and then human value of the property, and you also have the text for the date. Today is that particular date and it's a Friday. So basically this is the response from the custom component. Now the next step here is I'm gonna close this one up and close the other one too, and I'm gonna stop this. So the next step, let's say I'm done with my development. So what I'm gonna do here is just run another command, npm pack. So what this is going to do, this is going to pack my custom component in a tarball file. So the .tgz file, and then that's gonna allow me just to go into my instance here, and then just to show you a little bit on how everything is going to work. So I'm going to create a sample hello world kind of skill, and from there we're going to execute just create a greeting skill here, and from there we're gonna just say this is my version 1.0, and we're gonna automatically navigate into there, and I'm gonna test it right away without any changes. So you can see the differences later on what I'm testing now and what is going to happen when I start using the custom component. So basically I'm gonna say hello, and then I'm gonna pick from a list of options. So I'm gonna pick the greeting that I want, and here I'm gonna just provide my name, and then the bot echoes back hello and my name. That's all it does. So basically what we're gonna do now is, since we already have the TGZ file generated, so what we're gonna do here is create a new service, a new custom component service, and from here we're gonna just open that up, and we are going to give it a name. Creating custom component is going to be using the embedded container, and I just dragged and dropped my custom component in here. I'm gonna hit create, and that's being deployed into a Node.js container which runs alongside the Oracle Digital Assistant infrastructure. So right now it is pending, so it's being deployed. So you get, we reload the page here, so you get that now it's platform version 1.1, and you see that I do have my the simple method on my custom component container, which requires a property in here. So basically this is just deploying on the embedded container, which is the new capability that we have added. Now, to make this work, to incorporate these changes, so we're going to go into the dialog flow a little bit. And from the dialog flow, so you see that right now what we have is just a list component, which lists the options for the user to pick it up, as the user's name, and we're going to change the last one here. So instead of using system.output, so we're going to run, or we're going to use the name of our custom component. And if you remember, our custom component requires a property with the name human, and also requires that we send a value for that. So basically, I'm gonna send the name that is provided in the dialog. So that's what I'm going to provide for my custom component. So we'll see what happens now. So I'm gonna reset this conversation here, and then I'm gonna say hello. So the first thing is going to happen again. I'm gonna say hello, what's my name, and now the output of this is a little different. So it doesn't say hello Marcelo anymore, so it says greetings, which is the response from my custom component. It provides the date and the day of the week. This is pretty much a quick getting started with the new embedded container using the Oracle Boss Node.js SDK. Thank you.